Hey everyone, it's Deanna,
Aaron,
and Celeste, and you're catching up on this week's episode of Two Brunettes and A Gay
on the podcast. Good morning, Adelaide, and welcome to your Saturday brunch with Deanna, Celeste, and Aaron, also known as your Two Brunettes and A Gay. Happy Saturday, ladies.
Happy Saturday. How
Saturday.
are we doing, team?
Feeling good. Feeling tired.
Well, I'm going to say then today that we're on a bit of a spectrum. Aaron, you sound like you're doing a spectrum of like good to not good. Spectrum of like good to not good. Don't run away with things. It's the first minute of the show. Aaron said he's doing good. I'm like mediocre. I've got some injuries this week. You know, like I just said
some injuries.
Yeah, like I've done something to my shoulder. I don't know what I've done. It's been giving me trouble for the last 2 days.
Lifting too heavy in the gym.
I don't know.
Oh my God, how old do we sound?
I know, right? So I'm kind of in that mediocre, and Deanna's just right on the bottom of the spectrum. She's had like no sleep.
We have officially entered the 4-month sleeping regression for parents out there who know what that means.
Well, you just
Please send me your prayers.
You just said sleeping progression.
Yeah, that's how
progression.
That's how little sleep we've had. Sleeping regression. It's Jordan has woken up 9 times the past 2 nights.
Oh my God!
9 times per night, just to clarify, not 9 times over the course.
Oh
of the last 2
yeah,
nights.
it would be lovely if it was over the course. No, each night 9 times. Well, and but it's been a week now he's been waking up sort of between like 7, 8, 9 times a night.
Wow.
Yeah.
The last 2 nights have been particularly brutal.
Really?
And which means that you either have to feed him or you have to rock him back to sleep, and it's just,
my God.
Yeah, look.
So, do you think he'll be a night owl when he's older? Like, do you think he'll be?
No, but it's
a night
apparently
person?
this is just developmental.
Okay.
He's going through a leap, as they call them. He's leaping.
Oh, is that what they? Is that what the
Leap.
parents call it? A leap.
A leap. That's right.
He's
leaping and bounding.
He's leaping.
not sleeping.
He's
not sleeping. He's leaping.
He's leaping and sleeping.
He's sleeping and leaping. Yes, that's right. So apparently, it's just him. It's just him growing, and it will be temporary. I don't know how temporary it will be, but I'm hoping it's quite temporary. So
Fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, for your sake, I hope it's very temporary.
If you could sum up how many hours of sleep you've had in the past several months since he was born, could you count it on one hand?
It varies because sort of when they're in like a newborn, sometimes like they get into really good newborn sleep and then they might sleep for like a 6-hour stretch, which is great.
Yeah.
So and then you only if I have 2 wake-ups a night, let's say I'm up feeding him for an average of half an hour a night and we go to bed at 9, he goes to bed earlier, but we go to bed at 9 and we wake up at 7, like you still had a decent sleep, broken but decent,
Yeah.
you know, but then he has his nights where it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wake-ups, and then so those nights, because I am up with him, you know, from anywhere between 15 minutes to an hour each wake up.
Yeah.
I don't know, the last couple of nights, I'd say an average of like 5 broken hours, even though I'm in bed for like 10.
Oh my God. I don't know how you do it. Hats off to all the women out there that do that.
Yeah.
Hats off to all the mums.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an incredible thing.
But that's okay. I feel like you get to a point where you're actually just running on like adrenaline. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing right now. So let's see how the show goes.
Well, we're glad that you still decided to join us today.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, we'd have to panel and that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, for those listening as well as us.
Me sleep-deprived paneling is still better than you guys doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, you sleep-deprived paneling is probably me and Aaron paneling together. Like
Yeah.
if we were both on the
your
panel.
best.
With Celeste
yeah.
leading, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
How about you, Celeste? So you've got a bit of an injury.
Yeah, I feel like I've injured myself. No, I don't feel like I have. I have.
You have? Okay.
My left shoulder. I don't know what I've done. It's just been giving me a lot of muscular pain, like, you know, through the neck as well the last couple of days.
Keeping up the Nurophens, keeping up the old
I
deep
don't
heat.
tend to go down the medicine route. I'm not a big Panadol taker.
You like to meditate, not medicate, whereas I'm the opposite.
No, I just don't. You know what I do? A lot of stretching and a lot of like rolling. You know, like I have one of those pressure point balls. Do a lot of that type of thing. It doesn't do anything.
Hey,
Can clarify.
It feels good in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment, and then after the fact, you're like, all right, well, so that got me nowhere. I'm glad I waited that 15 minutes.
I've done that in the gym before as well. I'm like, this doesn't feel like it's actually doing anything.
Right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, you know, we're still trekking along. How are you going?
Pushing through, going pretty well. I feel like I'm about as sleep deprived as you today, Deanna, but I did have
Sounds
about
like
7
it.
hours sleep. I went to Tasting Australia last night, which is a great thing here in Adelaide. Tasting
Another
Australia.
festival of the festival state.
Another festival of the festival state. Really good food, really good drinks. But yeah, it wasn't a late night, but I just feel super tired. So
This is on that.
I think it's
Does
just what happens when you turn 40, right?
Does anybody else get like anxious when it's getting close to their bedtime and they're not home?
Well, usually I'm distracted because I'm busy
No.
drinking or whatever, but yeah.
Like if I just decide that I'm going to be out, like I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's a me thing then
Okay.
because I'm a schedule person.
Yeah.
During the
right,
week, like
yeah.
if I like to be in bed by like 9:30.
Yes. No, during the week, absolutely.
So if it's like 9 o'clock and I'm not home yet, I'm like, oh, this is going to mess up my schedule. I'm not going to get
It
much
depends
sleep,
on if
and then
I'm
I've got to get up
enjoying
tomorrow
myself,
morning.
though. Because if I'm enjoying myself, I think like, well, am I going to when I'm on my last breaths, am I going to regret going home early to sleep, or am I going to regret not enjoying myself?
All right, well, that got really
deep and dark.
That is my measure for everything, like legitimately.
See what happens when you're
Fantastic.
sleep deprived?
Yeah, that's it. I've just had no sleep. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well,
But actually, if you are a PR person out there, please send us invites still. Because we do like to go out on a weeknight.
yeah, we do like to go out on
Although
a
we
weeknight
complain
if it's for a
about-
purpose.
Just make it early. They just want like a 4 o'clock.
If it's for a purpose.
Early bird special.
Listen, we've got plenty coming up in today's show. We're going to talk about something that I actually think is super fascinating, and I think we've all got some stories surrounding this. What have you ever faked to get out of something? So stay tuned because we're going to talk about that. Aaron, you've got a brunch bitch. It's been a few weeks.
Yep.
We're going to get some bitching done. We're going to talk about our budget for 2026 because the Australian budget, the biggest news of the week, obviously, amongst other things. There's been a few things happening this week. We're going to talk about our budget for 2026, as well as, of course, your favourite type of ending from your Two Brunettes and a Gay. So stay tuned because we'll be back with you after this.
Don't go anywhere.
There's more right after this.
Okay, Carmen Jimenez, a 57-year-old woman from Madrid, allegedly spent 28 years pretending to be blind after telling family and friends she had lost her sight due to an eye injury.
What? 28 years?
What a legend.
For nearly 3 decades, those around her believed that she couldn't see and treated her as if she were truly blind. Carmen later admitted that she was never blind and used the disguise of blindness to avoid social interactions like greetings and small talk, saying she was never very social and wanted to skip daily conversations she found uncomfortable.
Oh, my God. What a legend.
What a commitment
What an
to
icon.
the lie.
Love
Now,
her.
this made me think, what have you ever faked to get out of something? Now, that's on a grand scale. Like, we're talking
Yeah,
like a
that's-
3-decade-long commitment to a
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah, that's a lot of sunglasses.
Why did she let them know that she was lying?
Also, like, how do you stay in that person? Do you not just, like, go to do something and be like, oh, I'm blind?
Practice.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For 3 decades to know and to question,
I think
that's
by the end of the
wild.
3 decades, she was probably pretty good at it, yeah.
Wow.
Right? And how did they find out? Like, I want to know more of the story. But it just, like I said, it led me to go, that is a commitment to a lie about something to get out of small talk. Like, okay, none of us like small talk, but I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever lied on a level to, like, avoid it. But it made me think, what have you lied about to get out of something?
We've all done it.
We've all done it, right?
We've all done it.
Now, I've got one that comes to mind. Aaron, do you have one that comes to mind?
I do. I don't know if... Well, I'll say it. Whatever. I remember back in my 20s when I used to be on Grindr. All the gays will get that. I remember once... So you'd see the pictures on Grindr of what they potentially look like or whatever.
Right.
And then, like, sometimes they would get to the door and you'd be like, you do not look like your pictures. And so...
Catfish.
Catfishing. And so one time, this guy rocked up to my door, and I had to think on the spot. And I had this guy did not look like his pictures. He looked vile, really vile.
Oh, poor guy.
No.
He was a lovely person.
No, he definitely wasn't. I'll show you the picture.
Although,
afterwards.
are they a lovely person if they've lied about how they look? I don't know.
Exactly,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Why did they lie?
Yeah.
They lied because they keep getting turned down because of how they look.
Well,
You want someone who wants you for you? I don't know.
Aaron's like, let me tell my
let me
story.
tell- like,
This is a different
I
story.
retorted to his lie with a lie. So I told him I had an STI.
Did you really? fantastic.
I'm really sorry. I can't hook up with you tonight because I've got an STI.
Wait, okay, so
That's
this
flared
was
up.
not...
Yeah.
Okay, because, like, to explain, Grindr was not necessarily, like, a platform that you used to, like, meet people to date, correct? It was, like,
it was more a hookup platform.
Yes.
Yeah, back in the day.
So when
I
you
don't
were
know if it
saying,
still
like,
is.
you were meeting up with this person, it wasn't like, let's go on a date. It was like, how you going?
it was, hey, just knock on the door and in you get.
Get out!
Yeah, so I
You
had
didn't
to
like
on the spot
have
and
a
I was...
drink and talk to them first.
Well, it depended on the person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But sometimes
really
you want to get
hot, you were
straight
just
to the
like-
point,
yeah,
right?
okay.
But this guy, I was ready to get straight to the point. It was 11 o'clock at night. I was tired. I was just ready to get straight to the point and go to bed. But this guy, he rocked up and I was just like, oh, what can I say? Oh, sorry, I can't hook up with you. You've got an STI.
So was he like, why am I here?
Well, the extra bit of the lie is the fact that I said, I've just got a text message from my doctors with the results.
And he's like, which doctor do you go to? I don't work this way. Get out, Aaron!
So I got out of a bad hookup with a really vile guy because I said I had an STI. That kind of rhymes. That's a bit poetic.
That's pretty extreme.
Okay,
What about you, Celeste?
mine's not that bad.
Okay.
I mean, mine's pretty bad.
Why do I put
It's not
myself
that bad.
out there on this show?
No, I just haven't
Leave me
done
on the
anything
ledge.
like that. Okay, my lie that I can think of is Deanna, you would remember this. There was this young guy. We were actually just talking about this.
Yeah.
Our mum used to own a shop on O'Connell Street.
Right.
Called Wild Thing.
Yeah.
And I used to work there. And there was this young guy that used to come in sometimes, and I found him like quite overwhelming, and I think he kind of became like a bit obsessed with us.
Oh.
Just from like a perspective of like maybe he thought that we were good looking or something. I don't
I
know.
can't even remember.
Well, he's only
Right?
human.
I've blocked
He's
it.
only human.
Yeah.
So he like was talking to, and he would come in every day, and every time I'd see him, you know, someone that almost makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, I don't know how to get out of this.
Yeah.
And so he would come in every day and like talk to you, and you were like, number one, I'm working, and number two, I'm uncomfortable, and I don't want to have this conversation. But you're in a public place, and you can't tell them to leave, really.
Yeah.
And so he would come in every day, and so one day he was like to me, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And I lied, and I was like, "Yes, I do have a boyfriend."
Oh, that's like, I mean...
And then he was like, "What's the boyfriend's name?" And I don't know why he asked me his name. And I couldn't think of a name, so I just said Deanna's boyfriend's name.
Oh my! There's something bubbling under the surface here, isn't there, Celeste?
And then he got upset, and he never came, like really ever
Well, so
came
it
in again.
worked.
So it worked. But I got out of having to like deal with someone.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I mean,
That's-
like, the only thing I can think of is, like, I really hated swimming at school.
Okay,
like,
this is-
when we
Okay.
used to do swimming carnivals.
Yeah,
And you had to
right.
do tryouts. And for some reason, they'd make you try out at, like, the public pool, and it was, like,
Yeah.
May or
Yeah.
June.
Oh,
and it was
gross.
cold
That's
outside.
absolutely
Yuck.
not true.
Yeah.
And
Swimming
I
carnival
can't
was
swim.
always
Like,
in
I
February.
knew, like, I can't swim properly.
She's calling
right?
her out this.
It's no good. I can't swim properly. So
Yeah.
every year I just faked a new illness so that I could get out of doing the trials for the swimming carnival.
Oh, well, you know, it's easier in this day and age. You just say you have COVID.
Yeah. Well,
Or now in this day and age, just say you've got Hunt virus.
Pour yourself another bubbles.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back after this break.
I hate to tell you this, guys, but we could actually be multimillionaires right now.
I'm fascinated. You've said to us,
Yeah.
to paint the picture, that there's something that you've figured out that Aaron and I are going to die over.
You are going to die.
That's going to be a very short show.
It is. It's
gonna be a very
that's
short
it.
day.
After this segment, it's all over. We're going to
Well, that's
die.
good. At least I don't have to go to work on Monday.
Let me put you in the picture, right? 'Cause it's going to take me a little bit to get there because I've got to explain how I came to this conclusion.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, and we know how much we all love my long-winded explanations of things. So here we
Yeah,
go.
all right.
Right. Okay. So a good friend of ours, and I won't mention who it is because just in case she, doesn't want everybody knowing her business.
Right.
However, she's very successful in what she does, so I don't think she would necessarily mind. But a good friend of ours has a very popular Instagram account. I think she's got like about 340,000 odd followers by now, right?
Yeah,
And she
which
gets-
is close to Two Brunettes and a Gay, because we've got nearly 1,000.
yeah.
Nearly
That's right.
1,000. Still not at 1,000 after all of these years.
And we've
I
been
love
doing it
that
for about
us.
the same length of time too.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
yeah, we're doing really, really well.
But this idea might boost us up, right?
Maybe,
Yeah, okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
We might change strategies after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So she's done really, really well with her content. It's very, very popular, and she started to diversify to other platforms. Because the thing about Instagram is that great that she's done really well on it, but Instagram are tight asses, right? They don't pay for content like some of the other platforms.
Right, okay.
So you can earn money on Facebook and you can earn a lot of money on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right?
YouTubers are so rich.
Yeah. So she started building up her following on Facebook. She's earning a couple of grand a month from that, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Right? But YouTube pays way, way better, depending on what the content is. And she has just found out that someone brought to her attention that because she hadn't been branding her content, somebody else has created a copycat channel of hers on YouTube, reposting her content. Right? Reposting her content.
Her IP.
Yes. For the last 2 years, mind you, has built the channel up to 70,000 subs.
Can we name and shame?
The person?
Yeah.
Well, no, because they're using her alias, so you don't know, you don't know who they are. She knows that this particular individual is from Pakistan because she has actually received emails, like death threats from the person, like text messages.
What?
Because she's obviously flagged them for violations of using her content.
What?
Now, the reason this person's getting so antsy about it is because some of her reels have like 15 million views on them.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we looked up with ChatGPT and it said for a reel of that, like a little short of that many views, you could have been paid about $1,500 over the lifetime of it. Now, you multiply that by 2 years worth of content multiple times, every week.
Yep.
That's quite a lot of revenue, especially in a third world country.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So they're going, but she seems to be winning this argument. Thank goodness YouTube is, got her back, whereas Meta doesn't seem to give a, which most people know about.
Oh, so similar to Australia and Australians.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, Meta's rules are kind of like Australian government, but we won't go there.
Meta is not better.
Meta is not better, right? The point is that it got me thinking because obviously when I am with Jordan, I'm trying to be not a screen time mum. Right, trying, especially this young, because he's so little. I don't think I need to be chucking him in front of a screen unnecessarily.
Yeah.
But also, I'm aware that screens are a part of our life, and so it's about managing that in a healthy way. The only time that I have needed to put him down in front of a screen to keep him entertained is sometimes when I need to make dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
And I saw a friend yesterday, and she mentioned that I should put on Miss Rachel for him. Now I hadn't heard about Miss Rachel until now.
The bloody anti-Semitic Miss Rachel.
Right.
Oh, see, there you go. We talked about this, Deanna.
Forget about the controversy. We'll talk about that another time. The point is that Miss Rachel saw a void saying there needs to be some children's entertainment in this arena. She's created the content and she has now got 19 million followers on YouTube.
Wow.
Right?
That's a lot.
Now, this is the thing. 10 years ago, you and me and you... you and me and you, the three of us.
Just pointing out that means Celeste and Aaron.
We're part of a children's group.
Yep.
That we retired from
it,
in 2016, 10 years ago right now.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I went, okay, if this friend could have made that much from just this many subs and views, this Miss Rachel has 19 million subs and God knows how many views.
Can you stop saying subs? Because I think it's something else.
Subscribers, not mushrooms.
Submissives.
Is that what you thought?
Right.
I thought you were going to say the boats.
Subscribers.
Like a submarine. That's what I thought he was talking about.
No. Say with me here. If we had have had the foresight to, instead of retire from children's entertainment and come to our 1,000 not even subscriber YouTube channel in adult entertainment, and we had stuck with children's entertainment and put it on YouTube 10 years ago, I did the math with ChatGPT.
Love that for us.
Potentially over the lifetime of a children's channel over the last 10 years with up to 19 million subscribers right now, we could have made anywhere just from views alone, from 15 million Australian to 150 million.
Wow. Oh, my God. Wow.
And I just thought to myself, we're idiots.
Yeah, idiots here on community radio trying to get 1,000 views on Instagram.
Because we were a good kids band, the Funkies. Shout out if you don't know our story background with that. If you knew the Funkies, you knew we were good. We should have become a YouTube channel. We would be making bank right now.
The songs, the look, we would have.
We would have.
But it does seem like a lot of effort. Isn't it just easier to fart in a jar?
Well, that's another way that you can make some cash for sure.
Go pour yourself another Bubbles. We'll be back after this.
Who do you brunch with?
Your besties.
And what do you do with your besties?
Bitch.
It's time for the brunch bitch.
I'm ready to ruffle some feathers this morning with this brunch bitch because it's my brunch bitch today, right?
I feel like it's your brunch bitch often. Like I don't feel like anyone really else has one.
Because you guys don't get as annoyed as I do. I'm always in a mood.
Maybe we just make it a whole
grumpy
segment.
Old gay.
Yeah.
Actually, it should just be called Grumpy Old Gay.
Yes.
That's what the segment should be
Grey.
called.
Grumpy Old Grey.
Grumpy Old Grey. Gay.
Go.
So, as you know, I've said on the show many times previously, I've turned 40.
What? That is brand new information.
When did that happen?
When did that actually happen? My God. Actually, it's, you know how people say, oh, when you turn 40, you'll feel 40. I think this week especially, I feel like I've been in bed by 9 o'clock.
It's catching up.
It's catching up with me, this old
just like
age.
You've caught the 40s.
I've caught the 40s. The roaring 40s, as they call it. But
Snoring 40s by the sounds of it.
oh yes, snoring 40s,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so I've done a few different events for this major 40th. So it's the month of turning 40, right? So we're coming to the end of it. I believe you guys are probably like, thank freak for that.
No, it hasn't really bothered. I'm here for all the celebrations.
Yeah, you like a celebratory.
Because she likes to bank it up so that when she does it, no one can say anything.
No, I just think
know
like
why?
what a great thing to celebrate life.
That's because Celeste is a master banker.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with it.
She banks it up.
Yeah.
So I've got this event coming up next week, and this just reminded me why I really didn't want to organise like a big party for my 40th.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than people.
In
Well,
general.
you kind of
In
need them to
general.
have a party,
you know,
but yeah.
You know, even myself, there's nothing worse. But I've been trying to organise. So I've got a lunch in the hills. You guys are invited, of course.
Thanks.
Oh,
that.
thanks so much.
You know, and but as part of that, I thought, look, I'll put together, you know, a vehicle. Put together a vehicle. Hire a vehicle.
Build it, nice.
Yeah, no, build
Excellent.
it. Yeah, exactly. So hire a vehicle to take us up to the hills and come back. So can I just say, it's such a pain in the neck to try and organise people
Yeah.
to confirm, number
Yep.
one, to say yes,
Yep.
I want to come on the bus or I don't want to come on the
Yep.
bus. That's number one. Number two, getting people to pay
Oh, for said bus.
for the said bus. Now, I had a number of confirmations, so I booked a 20-seater bus.
Ooh.
So it's a big bus. And then, of course, you get the other, like the straddlers going, oh, can I come to, you know, is there room on the bus for me? So luckily, like, I won't name this person, but this one friend in particular said, oh, is there room for me and my girlfriend to come along?
I know who this friend is.
And I'm like, let me check. Got back to him and said, look, there is room. We've had a couple of cancellations on the bus. You're able to come.
Right.
Anyway, I tell everybody what the actual deposit fee is for the bus.
Yep.
Send it out. Everyone, except for one, pretty much pays straight away.
Okay.
This one person in particular, I had to follow up with several times, didn't hear anything. And then basically yesterday messaged me and said, I'm thinking of driving now.
Ah.
Now, I'm sorry. You've already confirmed you want to be on the bus. I've already organised and split up the deposit. People have paid. And now you're telling me I have to cover you and your girlfriend because you've decided last minute you're driving.
Yeah, the wheels on the bus go round and round,
Yeah.
mate.
Whether you're on it or not, that bus is going.
That goes round and round.
I
feel like
I'm
there
at
is
the point in my
always-
life, like, especially turning 40 now, I'm like, I don't have room for this.
No.
I don't have room for you on my bus. I don't have room for you in my life.
No, I know. But there's always that person for everything, though, and it's usually the same person.
Yeah.
It's usually
It's the same person who always says, we never catch up. And you're like, yeah, that's because every time I ask you when you're available, you don't get back to me.
Yeah.
Or you say, yes, I'll let you know about Saturday. And then Saturday comes and I message you in the morning. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I've got something else on.
Yeah.
You know, that's the same person.
It's the same
Right.
person.
It's the same person.
I'm going to give you an opinion that you might not like here, Aaron.
Oh, you always do that, though.
This, in my opinion, this problem is yours
Yeah.
because you had said when you initially talked about this lunch months ago,
Yep.
you had said, I want to do a lunch, but I'm going to keep it really small and I'm
Yep.
going to keep it really intimate.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now, somehow over the course of the last couple months, said lunch has blown out from being intimate, what I think initially started as like 12 to 15 people.
Yep.
To gargantuan proportion.
To being like somewhere in the like 25
25.
mark? Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So we've blown that number out.
Yeah.
And now you've got all these stragglers that aren't, that they shouldn't have been invited in the first place.
I know. But
and now you're complaining about it. I'm sorry. You made this problem for you. You made your bed, now lie in it.
Well, the only reason I wanted this one to come along, though, is because it's quite hot.
Really?
And he's actually a bit of eye candy. So, you've got to have the lunch, you've got to have the eye candy, but obviously there's no bus candy.
Pour yourself another Bubbles.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back after this break. Okay, so it's a big week in Australian politics this week. Now, we're not ones to really invest ourselves in politics, although in the last 12 months...
I feel like everyone's getting into the politics lately.
In the last 12 months,
yeah, why not?
I feel like we have gotten to know a little bit more, and we now send each other videos on a daily basis about what's happening in the Australian political culture.
Yeah.
Some of them because they're funny and we like to redo those videos for our content, and some of them because it gets us up in arms. But the budget happened this week, okay? The Australian budget for 2026, and I can't get into how ridiculous some of our budget is. Now, I don't know the ins and outs, but I've seen a lot of videos explaining things, and the people that apparently know explaining things in depth, and it just gets me angry.
Yeah.
Right?
Gripes you.
Right? This whole notion of we're looking out for the younger Australians, so on and so forth, you're really not.
No.
It's all a cover, it's all a narrative, right?
Yep.
Anyway, it got me to thinking of 2026. What's not in our budget for 2026? Because there has been some stuff, right, that has happened, like the budget, that just does not make sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Nationally.
Yep. Socially. Politically.
Ethically.
That just does not make sense.
Let's just disclaim, we know that some of this isn't actually stuff that you would allocate a budget to.
No.
But since half of the stuff in the budget seems like stuff you shouldn't allocate budget to anyway, we thought, well, you can just throw anything in the budget, really. We can throw, I don't know, coffee in the budget. So that's actually something you need budget for, though. But, that wasn't a very good example. Yeah. Anyway, I'll think of something better.
Right, excellent. Okay, so first thing, right, I need to address this. The Wiggles. What's going on with the Wiggles at the moment? Now, if you're unfamiliar...
Hang on. The Wiggles isn't in your budget for this.
The Wiggles budget, first of all, is wild because there's 26 Wiggles now.
Yeah.
And there's some tree in the background that crumps you've never seen anyone dance before. And I don't know who's paying his bills, but it's wild. But their videos now and their songs are out of control.
Mind you, the one that you're talking about is actually 2 years old.
Is it?
It's 2 years old, but it's got 47 million views, so they don't care.
No, they're laughing all the way to the bank.
Exactly.
It's wild. They did a song.
I'll play it.
You're going to play it?
I'll play it. I'll play a snippet.
All right, everybody, it's fitness time. Time to get your balls out. Have some fun bouncing balls.
Get the balls out.
Time to get the balls out. We can't pay too much for copyright reasons, but time to get the balls out. Bouncing balls.
And the song is all about bouncing balls and how their favourite balls are blue balls. What? Where are we going with this?
How is that your favourite bowl? Blue balls are not my favourite.
No, but it's funny that they selected blue as the favourite ball.
It's just wild. It's wild.
Here's the thing. What would you like to see the Wiggles cover? I've got an idea.
Tell me.
Monifer, touch it.
Do you really want to touch it? Oh, Jackie.
Jackie.
Jackie and you're touching
Yes.
Oh, yes. Wiggles.
How about Bloodhound Gang?
Oh,
Sweat, baby, sweat.
What's it called?
I appreciate your interest.
Yes. What's the song called? The Bad Touch.
Yeah, Bad Touch, that's right.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Tenacious D. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So many good ones.
So many good ones.
Best song in the world. Yep,
so that was not in your budget.
No.
The Wiggles was not in your budget.
No,
for
okay.
2026.
You're looking at me like this doesn't make sense, and I'll tell you why. This is why I said I wanted to say this topic should be what was not on my bingo card for 2026. And you guys are like, no, let's do the budget.
No, because the budget doesn't make sense anyway, so I think that's the whole fun of it.
Okay.
That it's not supposed to make sense.
Then the whole point of this segment is what's in our budget is not supposed to make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you know what's not in my budget for
Tell me.
2026?
Yeah.
ISIS brides.
Oh, yes.
You went there.
I went there. I don't care.
I know.
These people, this government, don't get me started. But, yeah, Ice Sprite. Why are we bringing people back that hate our country?
And the perfect way to sum that one up is I saw a video that was like, you can't bring an apple into Australia, but you can bring an Ice Sprite.
Because a fruit fly, and all the rest of the stuff. Legitimately, you can't. Literally, you'll get handcuffed by border control.
It's a no fruit fly zone.
It's a no. Yeah. Lucky there's fruits, but no fruit fly.
I'm a fruit, but I don't like fruit fly.
Yeah.
But no, I just think it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I got a bit more serious there. Sorry.
All right, I got another one.
It's true. I'm with you.
Yep.
I got another one. Abby Chatfield.
Oh, let's have a chat about Abby Chatfield.
Abby. We're just not on the Abby Chatfield bandwagon.
Is anyone
I feel like she just says whatever she knows people are going to either cause controversy and get her attention about, or is going to play into whatever's popular at the time. I don't actually know that she has a real opinion.
Yeah, you're actually very, very spot on there. I think she just does it for the likes and the views.
She is, in my opinion, the epitome of cancel culture. She led the charge of something of cancel culture when someone had an opinion or a point of view that was not aligned with the public narrative at the time of what should be acceptable. She led the charge of attack.
Yeah.
And being this person should be cancelled and attacked and all of these things when no, they absolutely shouldn't. And now she's being cancelled / attacked for the fact that she made some very, very choice comments and a lot of very choice videos about people. And now her boyfriend has been not allowed into the US on his tour because of these comments that she made about the US President, Donald Trump.
Yep.
And now she's posting all the apology videos and all the victim and the crying. And I'm like, you know what, Abby? No one cares.
You're not in our budget for 2026.
You're not in our budget for 2026.
No.
Meta, close it down.
Yep.
Shut that up.
They won't. It makes too much money.
Top up your cup. We'll be back after this break.
Now, ladies, I want to take you back in time.
Time.
I feel like we needed that thing there.
Yeah, we need some effects on that. We'll put it in post.
Yeah.
Let me take you back in time to an innocent time called the 90s.
Oh.
Wasn't life good in the 90s? Maybe it's because we were kids, but...
Everything was so... Everything was better.
Everything was innocent in the 90s.
It was innocent and...
We didn't have things that we could share that made
Was
it
it innocent, though? Was it innocent, or was it ignorance was bliss? We just didn't know any different.
I guess as kids, you kind of just go with the flow, don't you? And you don't realise what's going on around you as a child.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe we just weren't old enough to know.
But do you remember... So, I want to talk about... Remember the days when...
Do you remember the time?
Remember the time?
When we first met, Gail?
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
That's what probably we need on this this segment.
Yep.
That track. Remember when you would stay home sick from school? When you were sick, and there was nothing better than daytime television.
Oh, Aussie soaps. Well, they weren't just Aussie, really.
No,
soaps,
there were US soaps. But the television back then was just next level.
Yeah.
It wasn't a repeat of Maths from the night before.
Yeah.
It wasn't a repeat of bloody MasterChef or whatever the crap it is. They actually had really good daytime TV.
Yeah.
And I want to reminisce a little bit in this segment because we had it good as kids in the 90s. We had some really cool shows.
Yeah.
And I reckon there's some we should bring back.
I so agree.
And I'm going to kick it off with probably the best daytime television show the 90s ever had.
What was it?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast?
Do you remember... How can you not remember Beauty and the Beast?
Wait.
Stans and Marnik, it was like the panel show. It was like the...
I do remember this.
Six women, the 6 women and the Beast, which was Stans and Marnik.
Yes,
And
I
they'd
remember.
have letters written in, and they'd have to provide advice or guidance to people, and they'd have...
No, I don't remember this.
I do.
It was so good, and they used to get into fights, and and Stans and Marnik, I remember one time he threw a book across the desk at what was her name? Oh my God, I've forgotten her name. But anyway, such a good show.
I do remember this show.
I love that show back in the day, and I reckon it was on around 2:30. So you'd go to, you'd be laying on the couch or in bed. And you'd be sick and you'd have your lunch and then you'd settle in and have a bit of a nap and you'd wake up about 2:30 and then Beauty and the Beast would be on.
Yep.
But it got replaced by an even better show.
What?
You know which one I'm talking about.
Bold and the Beautiful?
Ready, Steady, Cook.
I was going to say Ready, Steady, Cook, but Ready, Steady, Cook was on at like 1.
No, well, I reckon maybe
How do
it
you remember
changed
the
over
time?
the years.
Ready, Steady, Cook was like, the times that we would talk about, like, would you, first of all, Team Capsicum or Team
Tomato.
Capsicum.
Or
Green capsicum or tomato. Yeah, red
right?
tomato, yeah.
And then you'd be like, if you could only pick 5 ingredients, which 5 ingredients would you bring?
Yes.
Like, we would have that conversation time and time again.
I never did.
Oh, okay. Well, you're boring.
No, I was going to say...
I 100% agree.
She wasn't a tomato or a capsicum. She was a spud.
But how good was that show?
It was the best. I love that show.
I've got more,
Oh my
right?
God, okay.
If you were ever at a grandparent's house, it
Yeah.
was always Bold and the Beautiful.
Yep. That's
Young
what
and the
it is.
Restless.
Yeah, Young and the Restless.
Days of Our
Our
Lives.
Lives. Yes. Days of Our Lives, and then it went into
Trifecta.
Young and the Restless. And I still, that music. Do you know it's still on
Days of Our Lives, I
Foxtel?
think it was like lunchtime, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, about 12 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock was, Actually,
then-
no, it wasn't. I reckon it was 1 o'clock to 2, because before that, do you remember Midday with Kerry Ann Kennel?
I do
Carrie
remember
and Kennelly.
Oh, how good was Midday? It was
I
the
do remember
best.
that.
I used to, I don't know why, but I just have this vision of like a cup of tea with a Vegemite sandwich watching Midday.
You know what always the idea that I used to watch this show, I'd be like, oh, I've got the whole day off from school. This show was on in the morning. Do you guys remember The Box?
No.
It rings a bell.
What's in the box?
Oh, in the box. Oh, my God.
What's in the box today?
I was a
What's
bit
in
old,
the
I
box?
reckon, by that
I
point,
was
that it
gonna-
was
I'm
out, but yeah.
I'm going to go with the show that no child should ever be watching.
What's that?
Maury.
Oh, but
Maury
that was a
played it.
Foxtel. That was a Foxtel
Yes.
thing. If
Was
you're a
it?
Foxtel kid,
Yeah.
you had
Right.
Maury.
Yeah,
My
Foxtel.
goodness.
We were very lucky to have Foxtel
Yes.
when I was a teenager. I remember,
Maury
that was more a bit
Povich.
older. Maury
You
Povich.
are not the
The
father.
father. That was great.
What an
It was Jenny
iconic-
Jones, Maury Povich. They were the two on Foxtel.
Judge
so good.
Judy. What a vibe.
She's still
She's
going.
still going.
Do you know
like
how much
100.
she's worth?
Yeah, she's worth
Hundreds of
$4
millions.
Basically $1 billion.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
My God.
Absolutely wild. Yeah, no, there was a bit. Do you remember when like the 5 o'clock news used to start on Channel 10 and you'd be like, the day's over?
The dread.
The dread that you'd feel of like the day's over and I don't know if I'm going to get tomorrow off from school. And then you'd start that anxiety feeling again of like, oh, I really have to sell this tomorrow to try and get a second day.
Yeah.
Because now I've locked in on the shows and I know the storylines and I need to know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And back in those days, it wasn't Netflix, so you couldn't play it later.
No, or you
had
couldn't-
to watch it.
Yeah, you couldn't go on the internet and quickly search
No,
what's going to happen.
there wasn't
or...
TiVo.
I've got one more.
What?
Passions.
Oh, little
My
Timmy.
bestie used to love Passions. I couldn't stand that show.
It's so weird, but it was hilarious. That little midget. It was so funny.
Top up your cup. We'll be back after this break.
Before we get into it, I just want to apologise to the midget population
Yes.
out there.
That's quite not quite politically correct.
No, but I'm very politically incorrect, as you
No.
know. And no, I think what is
You know what it
I
is?
think
It's habit, because when we were younger, people used to talk like that.
yeah,
So you just
yeah.
have to
It's
reprogram.
I'm a result of conditioning. But no,
Also,
apologies. It's a dwarf.
Dwarf community.
Dwarf community.
Also, though, you did lead you in the break saying, do you guys remember that sport, midget tossing? And I said, what on earth was midget
But I
tossing?
don't understand what made people think.
People were horrible.
Why
I think they still are.
people decide to just toss a midget? I don't understand.
I feel like Abby Chatfield would have tossed a midget.
Are you talking
like
about?
she'd have something to
are you
say
Are you
about
talking
it.
about Kelly Holiday's pants?
On Kelly on holiday. Kelly stuck in quarantine.
Kelly
No,
Holiday in
Apologies to the small people community.
the small pox community.
Small people community for that.
No, I'm just saying, like, what a sport. What on earth? Who came up with it?
Do you know what though? It would be great to bet on.
Really?
Gamble responsibly.
We all know that Aaron's going to hell.
I'm going to the Carbone and I'm going to put on a bet at midget tossing.
No, you're not.
Oh, no.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, getting back on track. Hey, getting back on track. We don't need to know the actual inner workings of your mind.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point. No one needs to know.
No one needs to know what's going on in there. Hey, guys, I need to know if I'm being unreasonable. Oh, this is an Am I the Arsehole, by the way. I didn't
Is it
practice
Aaron?
that.
Is it Am I the Arsehole?
I got sidetracked by Aaron's tangent. All right. This is an Am I the Arsehole?
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Which, yes, Aaron is being one right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, guys, I need to know if I'm being unreasonable. I'm getting married in 2 months, and after a full year of planning now, my mum wants me to postpone the wedding because my sister is due to have a baby around the same time. Normally I'd understand, except my sister is pregnant to my ex-boyfriend, who she was sleeping with behind my back while we were together. We don't speak, and honestly, I'm not willing to move my entire wedding for her. My mum says I'm forcing her to choose between her daughters, and now my family's trying to guilt me into postponing. Am I wrong for saying no?
Oh, my God. No, you're absolutely... How could you even invite her? I'm just so worked up. How could you invite her to your wedding?
The mum?
No, the sister.
She's not invited.
Didn't she? Did I missed that bit.
No, I think she is. She's invited.
No.
Yeah.
She said that we don't talk.
But
My
know
sister
that.
and I don't talk but the mum
The mum needs to choose between her
the mum
daughters.
needs to choose between
okay,
the
good.
daughters.
Okay, so-
Is she going to go and be with the daughter that's going to go into labour at any moment?
Sorry, I was just thinking
Or is she going to go to the wedding?
about the parlay I was going to make later on. So, no, I think that's...
Celeste?
I'm trying to come up with an answer for a question.
You go first.
Okay. No, you are not an asshole. Absolutely not. First of all, however, if it comes down to which is the easier, like I understand why people are like postponing the wedding because you can't postpone a birth. Obviously, it's going to happen when it's going to happen. So if her due date is around your wedding, yes, like you can't change that. Do you know what I mean? But are you an asshole? No, absolutely not. If you feel like, no, that's when my wedding is and I want my mum to choose, stand your ground. Deanna, you had a baby. What would you do if this was us?
I do actually have an opinion on this now because I just had a baby. Like, here's the thing. The chance of the baby, I don't know if it's a first child or whatever, but the chance of the baby coming on its due date, very slim. I think they say something like 5% of babies come on their due date, firstly. Right? Let's say the due date was even the wedding. Still not really a high chance that it's going to come on the wedding. And let's say it does, hypothetically, y'all can't be in there to catch it. Like, if you go to the hospital, you can't sit there with your
She
mittens.
turned American for a second.
I did.
Y'all.
I'm getting on my soapbox, right? Yeah. You can't be there to catch the baby. Like, even though I had planned a home birth and, Celeste and Mum were going to be there and obviously my partner Brent and everything, like, it changed and it's like, if let's say it was getting to a point where she was about to have the baby and you ducked out for an hour because you wanted to, well, so be it.
Actually, hold on. It's not to stop you in your train of thought, but I've thought about it more, and I actually think the arsehole here is the sister for expecting the mum not to attend the wedding because she's having a baby. Like, if you're pregnant to your sister's ex-boyfriend, aren't you like, listen, please, if you're not here for the birth, it's fine. Like, go to her wedding, you should be at her wedding. Like, what balls does this sister have to be like, actually, I want the mum with me, even though I'm having a baby with your ex-boyfriend?
Well, that's the whole preface of the kind of person she is, isn't it?
The sister is an ass. Let me go and speak to her. Aaron, have you formed an opinion
I
yet?
haven't thought of it. No, I think, like you said, Deanna, like, surely, if the baby does decide to arrive, surely you can go to the wedding and then leave the wedding early if you need to.
Exactly.
I mean, you can do both, absolutely.
Babies usually come at night anyway. It's not going to be... The chances of it being an issue is just slim to none.
Actually, what time did you arrive in this world, Deanna?
Me personally?
Yeah.
7:55 p.m.
Oh my God, do you know what's really weird?
What time did you
I arrived
arrive?
at 8 p.m.
Get out.
So we were 5 minutes and 2 years apart. 2 years
on
and
the
5
same
minutes apart
birthday.
on the same day.
Although, what day were you born?
Wednesday.
Oh, you're a Wednesday. I was a Sunday.
I was a Thursday.
Thursday.
Wednesday's child is full of woe, apparently.
Oh,
That's
really?
why she's named Wednesday.
And what time did you arrive, Celeste?
I think it was like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think you were an afternoon.
5:55, 6 o'clock, something like that.
something
Like in the
that.
night?
At night.
Okay, so we're night babies. There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that conversation turned into something a little bit more
Constructive.
interesting.
More interesting than someone having a baby with their sister's ex-boyfriend.
Yes. In conclusion, you're not the arsehole, your sister is.
Yep.
The end.
Maybe the baby is.
Maybe the baby's the arsehole.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh,
innocent in all of this. I can't be that person. All right. Let's go. So if you've been listening live and you want to catch us on the podcast, you can tune into all your major podcasting platform and search for Two Brunettes and a Gay. And if you've been listening on the podcast and you want to catch us live, 11 a.m, most Saturdays, Radio Italia Uno, 87.6 FM. Although we won't be here next Saturday, so...
But next Saturday there's a really big event happening for Radio Italia.
There is, absolutely. And actually, thank you for reminding me, because I was going to read this
He
too.
did say it about 6 times in the show as well.
He did. Our annual fundraising gala is actually next Saturday. And if you haven't got tickets already, then you won't get to see us.
Can we just say, what a day next Saturday.
Oh my God.
Aaron's 40th birthday and the gala.
Starting at it's starting at 6:30 p.m. at the San Giorgio Club. I didn't say that very well. San Giorgio Club.
Still sounded better than me.
As well. So if you want to get your tickets for that made it sound really good.
Fork off.
Four course meal. Drinks. Wine, beer, soft drink, and live music. Oh, no, I can't get through this. No. And access to a raffle. Access to a raffle. That's it. The show's gone. It's gone. Aaron's on the floor. Celeste is going to head against the window. It's all over. But tickets can be purchased. See, this is why you want to book tickets, because we're going to be there. And tickets can be purchased through TryBooking or on our website, Radio Italia Uno, social media, call the office. Look, there's no excuse. Get your tickets.
Call the office, make sure you get access to the raffle.
See, this is why we don't understand why you haven't followed us on Instagram yet. Because we don't even have 1,000 followers.
Oh, God.
Access our Instagram on Instagram. 2 minutes and a gay. Go on, Aaron. Take it home.
Now have a fabulous week, and we'll see you
Next Saturday.
Hey everyone, it's Deanna, Celeste and Aaron here, or as you know us, your Two Brunettes and a Gay.
Join the weekend happy hour at a new day and time every Saturday at 11 a.m.
So pour your mimosa for the most fabulous bottomless brunch in town.
Only on Saturdays at 87.6 FM, Radio Italia Uno.